Welcome to Mindful Chatting, a podcast where therapy meets real life. I'm Kristen, a therapist, business owner, and a lifelong student of what it means to fully show up in our relationships, in our work, and in our healing. Here, we unpack mental health concepts, explore mindfulness tools, and talk through the messy, beautiful, in-between moments that shape us. Whether you're a fellow clinician, a curious listener, or someone navigating your own growth, this space is for you. Let's chat. Hey friend, welcome back to Thoughtful Thursdays on Mindful Chatting, your midweek moment to slow down, breathe, and sit with something real. So let's go ahead and grab your comfort drink, pull that blanket up a little bit closer, and give yourself permission to settle into your body. Today's topic is one of those truths that can feel uncomfortable at first, but becomes freeing once you understand it. People only change when they're uncomfortable, and that's not cruel. It's human. It's psychological. It's how growth actually works. So let's drop into this. So when I say this, why does this feel so charged? If you grew up with trauma, or if you're naturally sensitive or empathetic or conflict avoidant, the feeling of this hits a nerve. People only change when they're uncomfortable because your nervous system interprets making someone uncomfortable as like being mean, being demanding, being selfish, being dramatic, being too much, risking abandonment, or causing conflict. So instead of allowing discomfort to exist, you over-explain, over-accommodate, rescue people too quickly, soften your boundaries until they collapse, take on emotional labor that isn't yours, and maintain relationships at the expense of yourself. And here's the truth, you were never taught. Discomfort is not harm. Discomfort is information. Discomfort is the beginning of accountability, and discomfort is the birthplace of change. I want to tell you about something that's genuinely helped me keep my practice organized because I'm all about systems that actually work for you. I use an app called Spruce Health, and honestly, it's been a lifesaver. It lets me text and call clients securely, keep everything HIPAA compliant, and actually separates my work phone from, my life. And if you're a therapist or in private practice and you're juggling calls, messages, and reminders, all of it, Spruce just makes it easier. It keeps everything in one place, it's clean, it's simple, and it makes boundaries so much easier to maintain. If you've been feeling the administrative chaos, definitely check out Spruce. I'll drop the link in the show notes so you can see the exact setup I use. So let's talk about the neuroscience and behavior, because psychology says that change requires two things: awareness, which is something isn't working, and discomfort. Staying the same is no longer sustainable. You cannot create change from comfort because comfort protects the status quo. And this also applies to relationships, habits, boundaries, emotional patterns, communication, self-worth. As long as someone is comfortable, they have no reason to adjust. They have no reason to change. So discomfort actually signals to you that this behavior has consequences now, that this dynamic is not functional anymore, or this requires a different response or approach. Discomfort isn't punishment, it's actually feedback. So why does trauma make you protect other people from their discomfort? If you've ever learned that conflict creates danger, or anger means abandonment, or expressing your needs makes someone lash out, or your emotions make someone shut down, or your boundaries make someone leave, then you learned to preemptively protect everyone else from discomfort, even when it costs you your own comfort. This is self-abandonment. This is what's called fawning. This is emotional over-functioning. This is being the regulator you were forced to become as a child. And you internalize that I won't survive if someone else is upset. But you're not a child anymore. Someone else's discomfort is not your destruction. Someone else's emotional response is not your responsibility. And someone else's inability to regulate is not your job to fix. Here's a quick note for my clinicians listening. If you're looking for a charting and practice management system that doesn't make you want to scream, well, guess what? I use TherapyNotes. It's clean, reliable, HIPAA compliant, and honestly saves me hours every week. You can try it with my link in the show notes. So, if you actually allow discomfort, this is what discomfort does not mean. It does not mean you're being harsh. It does not mean you're being punitive. It does not being mean and controlling. It doesn't mean you're shaming someone, and it doesn't mean you're manipulating them. Allowing discomfort looks like holding a boundary without over-explaining yourself. So an example could be, the way you spoke to me isn't okay, and I'm not going to continue the conversation until we both reset. Allowing discomfort could look like letting silence do most of the work. So if they're uncomfortable, you're not filling the space with fixing or rescuing them. You're letting them sit in it. It could also be naming your needs without collapsing. I need follow-through, not empty promises. You're not cushioning the emotional impact for someone who repeatedly crosses your lines. If you soften every boundary, people don't learn. They simply get comfortable with your discomfort. And it also means staying grounded while someone else experiences the consequences of their choices. Their reaction is not a referendum of your worth. Discomfort gives people the opportunity to rise up, and some will and some won't. And that is the truth of emotional maturity. And you need to see who does and who doesn't. For any clinicians tuning in, if insurance billing is the part of your practice that drains your soul, Headway will be your best friend. They get you credentialed, send you referrals, manage your billing, submit your claims, all the stuff none of us went to grad school for. It's free to join, and honestly, it's been a huge support for therapists who want to take insurance without drowning in the administration part. My link is in the show notes if you want to check it out. So let me offer you a truth that may shift everything. It is not cruel to allow someone to experience the emotional impact of their behavior. It is cruel to yourself to absorb those impacts so that they don't have to. You are not responsible for protecting people from consequences. You are not responsible for managing other people's emotional reactions. You are not responsible for shrinking to keep the peace, and you are not responsible for shielding someone from discomfort so that they never have to grow. Your compassion does not require your self-sacrifice. Healthy relationships grow from honesty, not avoidance, from boundaries, not silence, from accountability, not rescuing, and from discomfort, not perfection. Let people rise to meet you. Let people grow through their own discomfort. Let yourself stop carrying what was never yours to begin with. If this landed for you, I want you to hold on to this sentence. Discomfort is not rejection. Discomfort is an invitation. An invitation for someone else to grow. An invitation for you to stay rooted. And an invitation for the relationship to evolve or end. But it will do so with clarity rather than resentment. And as always, be gentle with your mind. One more thing before you go, and this helps me personally staying present and grounded, which we all need, especially when your brain wants to spiral into disconnection. Me too. It's Brain FM. It's musically designed to help ADHD brains, well, really anyone's brain, focus, relax, or sleep, and I use it almost daily. If you want to try it, I've dropped my link in the show notes. And if you're looking for planning tools or ADHD-friendly resources, I'll keep a list of my favorite links in every episode.